Hello and thank you for watching my video. My name is Astrid Krasnici. I'm CCNA and CCMP certified instructor. On this video we are covering new topics added to the CCNA course 200-125, and this is section 4.5 Troubleshooting ACLs. Again, I need to apologize for the noise because I have full rack running, and full rack running makes noise. Okay, so upon completion of this section you should be able to troubleshoot common ACL errors using command line interface command. Now, if you remember types of IPv6 ACLs, now access control list on the IP version 6 is named only. This access control list is similar to IPv4 access control list extended ACLs, where you will look at the source and destination IP address, well, protocol first, source and destination IP address, source and destination port number. If you remember, IPv4 access control list has two types, standard and extended. You can have numbered standard or named standard, or you could have numbered extended or named extended, but there's no standard and extended. In IPv6 we only have named only, which is very similar to extended. So we can define an ACL on protocol, whatever protocol we are using, IP, TCP, UDP, and so on. We can define the access list. We can look at the source IP address. We can look at source port number. Then we look at the destination IP address and then destination port number. Okay, so comparing IPv4 and IPv6 ACLs, although IPv4 and IPv6 ACLs are very similar, there are three significant differences between them. First, when you apply an IPv6 access control list, you say IPv6 traffic filter on the interface. So IPv6 uses the IPv6 traffic filter command to perform the same function for IPv6 interfaces. So for example, IP access group we used to say on IPv4. No, in IPv6 we say IPv6 traffic filter. The IPv6 doesn't have wildcard mask like in IPv4. IPv6 uses a prefix length to indicate how much of the IPv6 source or destination address should be matched. And we have two implicit statements. You remember in IPv4 we had implicit deny only. In IPv6 as well we still have implicit deny even underneath this, but we still have two implicit statements. Permit ICMP any neighbor discovery to neighbor association, and permit ICMP any neighbor discovery to neighbor solicitation. These are important on IPv6. As soon as the device comes in online, they have to have these two commands enabled. To configure an IPv6 ACL, there are three basic steps to configure an IPv6 ACL. I'm going to do a demonstration later on, so you get to see all this. From the global configuration mode, use IPv6 access list, access-list, and then the name to create an IPv6 ACL. And then you enter the named access control list. In there, you start adding your statements. Make sure that you have at least one permit statement, otherwise you're denying everything, right? Then you return to the privileged exec mode with the end command. After that, you need to apply it. So you need to go to the interface and you apply the IPv6 traffic filter, and then the name and the direction, in or out. So when you troubleshoot IPv6 ACLs overview, use show commands like show IPv6 access list, access-list, or show running config can reveal typical ACLs errors. Most common errors are entering ACLs in wrong order, not applying adequate criteria to access control rules. Other common errors involves applying ACL using the wrong name, applying the ACL on the wrong interface, and applying the ACK in the wrong direction. So for example, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build this lab. So you get to see how to build this lab. Maybe you have forgotten IPv6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a lab. Now I have an access to my access server, and I have created a connection to all my devices. So show session here. You can see that I have connection to all my routers. So we're going to need only router 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. We're not going to need anything else. The commands, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by writing startup commands. So if I bring the notepad here, and the commands So for example, enable, we're gonna need that command, enable, configure terminal. These are my basic startup configuration commands. So host name, for example, this is gonna be A1, no IP domain lookup. If you don't know what these commands do, please have a look at CCNA 1 to kind of recap. Service password encryption, enable secret class. Then, because that's going to be part of the password if I put a space here. Then banner, MOTD, and start of the banner and end of the banners, the same character. So whatever comes in the middle, that's my banner. Authorized users only. Right, now I'm going to configure my console port. So line console 0. If you know 100%, you can just fast forward, yeah. Cisco login, login sync to synchronize my login, exec, timeout 0 0, never log us out. Then line VTY, VTY 0 to 4, password Cisco, login, end. That's my startup configuration command. Okay, I'll put space there. The trailing spaces of your password become part of the password, yeah. So don't put spaces. The leading spaces, no, but the trailing spaces, yes. Okay, so I'm going to copy all this to my router. So connect, copy. I go to router 1, so R1, press 1. Now I'm in router 1. No startup configuration. Let me just do that quickly to all routers. So no 3, no dialogues. This means that there is no startup configuration. Would you like to enter the wizard? No, I don't want. Control Shift 6 X will take me to the access server. Press 1 takes me to router 1. And now router 1 should be ready. Now I called router 1 A1, B2, C3, and D4. A1, that's going to be the network here. As you can see, A1 is a subnet. So 2001 DB8 ACAD is for all of them. Then we have a subnet A1, 1. Then the subnet 1, 2 here, A and B. Then subnet 23, 2, 3, B and C. Subnet 3, 4, C and D. And then these PCs are on subnet 34, AA and CC. And this is a loop back here of the router 4 in subnet D1. Let's make this D4, yeah? D4. Okay, cool. Right, let's see if router 1 is back. No, router 1 is booting up. Okay, so fine. Let's go to router 2. I think router 2 should be ready. Here it is. So we go to the notepad, change the name to B2. B2. And while the router 1 is booting up. So copy, open the notepad, just right click, paste it. Do we see any errors? No errors. Otherwise, somewhere would be like, you know, if we make a problem, it'll give you like the arrow. Let's make a problem somewhere so we get to see it. So let's put no space here. Let's put no hyphen there. That's going to be a problem. So if I copy this to C3, for example, C3, I'm expecting to have error in the no IP domain lookup. So if I go to C3, give it enter. Now, that take it. Maybe I should have chosen another problem here. So that is okay as well. Let's try another problem here. So let's take this hyphen as well, and like that. So now in D4, I'm expecting the problem under the password encryption. Okay, so I'll go to D4. Control Shift 6 X4. There we are. Now here, you can see there's a problem here in the password. That's a marker. So input invalid detected at the marker. So we have D and the hyphen is missing there, yeah? So we look at these markers if I see anything, especially when you copy and paste from the notepad. So no password encryption. So D4, let me just copy it. Sorry, service password encryption. That was a problem. Okay, cool. If I go to change the name to A1 here, A1, and copy and paste these for A1. Copy, A1 is still not ready. Okay, with that, still trying to get a startup configuration file. Okay, doesn't matter, we don't have to wait, we can just continue these because I'm going to do them in Notepad anyway, so you get to see it. This is the configuration for A1, right? So first we need to do interface loopback 1, and then we need to enable IPv6 address. So IPv6 address 2001 DB8 ACAD A1, as you can see there, colon 164. You can see it right here. Right, you can't see the 2001, but trust me, it's there. The next one is IPv6 address. So we're going to put the link local address of 1. Oh, sorry, we put A here, and this is link local. And here we do no shutdown. No shutdown. The similar configuration we're just going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste. The similar configuration is going to be here, S00. So interface S000, power of Notepad, 2001 DB8 ACAD 12, and then A. The link local is the same, no shutdown, same. Cool, that's done. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it, and this config here now is going to be for B2. B2 does not have an in loopback, so I'm going to just copy this and paste it on the loopback here. Paste it here. So serial 000, IP address 2001 DB8 ACAD 12B. Link local address is going to be B. And then here is, because it's DC, so I need to put the clock rate. Clock rate 128,000. And this side is S001, so 1. 2001 DB8 ACAD is the same. This is 23, so 23 B. Link local is B as well. Right, this is not interface, that's fine. Let me copy the A1s again. Copy. And here I'm going to write it down for, I'm going to paste it for C3. C3 doesn't have a loopback, so I'm going to cut this. Cut the C3. Put it underneath because that's a G, so paste it here. So C3 is S001, and the address is 2001 DB8 ACAD 23, and it's C in the end. And then link local is C, and this is DC, so we need to put the clock rate. So clock rate 128,000. Then we have a G00, so interface G00 here. The ACAD 34, so ACAD 34, and C. And then link local is C. Cool. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do router 4, D4, right? So I'm going to copy, okay, it doesn't matter, I can copy this C3. So copy C3 and go to 4. So this is D4. Interface, there is no serial, so I can cut this. But there is interface FA00, so I can change this to FA00. 2001 DB8 ACAD 34D, so this is D. And link local is D as well. No shutdown, that's fine. And then we have a loop back here, so loop back 4, and the address is, let's see the address, what did we say the address? D4D. Okay, so loop back 4 ACAD D4 D, and link local is D, so no clock rate here. That's it, done. So all the configuration is done. Well, the IP addresses are done. We can enable the OSPF as well. Let me see. I'm pretty sure the A1 should be ready now. So copy, go to A1. Yeah, A1 is ready. Okay, now I'm gonna paste this on A1 when it's ready. Okay, A1 is ready. So press enter, right click. So you can see the A1 is there. So now what I need to do is copy this for A1. So highlight, right click, copy, go to A1. Right, we need to put config T here, yeah? And paste. Cool. Now we're gonna go to B1, oh, sorry, B2. Highlight, copy, go to B2, config T, and paste. Cool. Next one is C3. Highlight, copy, go to C3, config T, and paste. Okay, now shut down. And then the next one we're gonna do D4. So highlight again. So you get to see the whole thing, you know, from beginning to the end. What I'm doing. I'm using physical routers here, and I've got the virtual PCs. I've got 2 machines, PCA and PCC. These are VMware, yeah. So the next thing we need to do is we need to configure OSPF version 3. First of all, we need to enable IPv6 unicast routing. Right, so because we're going to enable OSPF, yeah, so IPv6 unicast routing, then we can go IPv6 router OSPF 10. So for example, we enable an OSPF 10, and then here we don't type networks, yeah, like we are for IPv4 OSPF configuration or version 2. Here we just need to put router ID, for example, router ID, say this is 1.1.1.1, that's our router 1, and other stuff we can do here, for example, is like autocost, reference bandwidth. But what we need to do, we need to go to each individual interface and enable OSPF per interface. So interface, for example, loopback 1. Was it loopback 1? I think it was loopback 1. See, I don't know. Loopback 1, yeah. That's for A1. So loopback 1, IPv6, OSPF 10. Area, what area does it belong? So area 0. Then I need to do that for every router, for A1, B2, and so on. So if I just copy this, so right click, highlight, right click, copy, go to this, that's going to be my B2. Router SPF, we change this to all 2s, 2.2.2.2. Interface loopback 1. No, here we have a S000. And then we need to have a same config for S001. So S001 here. So interface S00, which is this one, and interface S001, same. Here I made the loopback, but I need to put the other side as well, yeah. So interface S00, same config, highlight, copy. I'll do the same for router 3. So C3 here. IPv6 unicast routing, the IP address 3.3.3.3. Well, 3. Put space there. Same, router 3 has S001, and in here it has a G00. Highlight all that. Copy is for router 4 now. Paste it. So this is D4. IPv6 unicast routing. Put all 4s for 4. IPv4 has FA 00, and it has an interface loopback 4. Okay, we are done this. So all we do is like copy and paste into our devices. So highlight A1s, copy, go to A1, and just paste it there. Cool. We do the same for B2. Highlight, copy, go to B2 now, paste it there. Cool. We already have a neighbor. I saw a neighbor syslog message for between B2 and A1. So copy to C3 now. Oops, Control Shift 6X3, paste it. IPv6 router OSPF. What did I say here? We have a problem here. Did I copy? No, IPv6 unicast routing. Okay. I need to copy the unicast routing bit. Copy this. Go to paste. That's fine. Go to router 4. Config T. And notepad. That's my virtual machine just came up with a new network. Okay, copy. Go to R4. Paste it there. Cool. Now let's see. Now these PCs, they are not enabled for IPv6. So what I need to do is I need to go to the control panel, go to properties, and IPv6, enable it for IPv6, and go to properties. Click OK first. So we enable it first, and then we give an IP address. So IP address, if I look, is 2001 DB8 ACAD 34 AA, right? Okay. So ACAD 34 colon AA /64. The gateway is gonna be the router C, FE80C, as far as I remember. Yeah, FE80C. That's we're using the gateway is that. We could use that. It's all in the same network. So we're using C. Okay, and then press enter. Oh, okay. Press OK. Okay. You must shut down. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. PCC. We go to PCC and configure the same. So we go here, enable IPv6 first, press OK, and then we configure it. Then we say no IPv4, IPv6, address 2001 DB8 ACAD. What was this? This was 34 : CC and FE80C here. Cool. Okay. Yes. And this comes back. We're trying some pinging. We can do it. We can do pinging even if before the router. So let's say we ping him from D4, from this to this interface. So we go to D4, and we can ping 2001 DB8 ACAD. The address was A1, so A1 ACAD. Why am I not? A1, and then : 1. Yeah, you can ping it, but by default it's going to ping from this interface here. So what I want is I want to ping from loopback. Yeah, so and say source loopback 4. Okay, so I can ping it from there as well. So if I go to my PC, I should be able to. Yeah, they're back online. So open the command prompt. Okay. Yep. Ping 2001 DB8 ACAD was A1, was it? I should try and remember these. A1 yeah. A1 1, and you can see I get a reply. So I'm going to do the same from this PC. See if I can ping it. Open the command prompt. Ping 2001 DB8 ACAD A1 1. Yep, I can ping. What about the loopback of router 4? So D4D. Can we try that? D4D. Yeah, I can ping that as well. Okay. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to create an access list that denies a loopback 4 on D4, that network, to be able to ping loopback 1 on A1, but allow the PCs to be able to ping the A1. The PCs, they should not be able to telnet to A1 loopback, but loopback 4 should be able to telnet. Okay, so let me just write down what we're trying to do. The D4 loopback not able to ping loopback of A1. PCA and PCC and PCC can ping. PCA and PCC, what we're saying next, PCA and PCC cannot telnet to loopback of A1, but loopback of D4 can telnet to loopback of A1. So for example, we're gonna put this, because if you remember, the access lists on IPv6 are all named and it's like extended, so we don't need to put it, like for example, since it's extended sort of access list, we need to put it as close to the source as possible. So including these PCs, that's going to be the closest. Standard ACL in IPv4, we will put them as close to the destination as possible, but since these are like access like extended, we need to put them on C3 and direction as they're going in there, right? So for example, what we need to do, we need to create, get rid of this, we need to create it's named in ACL, so IPv6 access list, for example, say the name no access to A1, whatever you want to name there, yeah. And then here what we want to do, remark, what we're going to say here, that D4 not able to ping loopback of A1, right? So let me put that as a remark, right? So it's going to be deny ICMP D4 loopback network is 2001 DB8 ACAD D4 //64. So the whole network is not allowed to ping to loopback. The address, for example, of host loopback if DB8 ACAD A1 ::1. So the loopback of D4, or the whole network on after D4, is not able to ping the host of loopback on A1. Okay, next, PCA and PCC can ping. So remark here, we want to write PCA and PCC can ping. PCA, remark PCA and PCC can ping loopback of A1. So permit ICMP, you can say the whole network, so 2001 DB8 ACAD 34 ://64, and it's going to the same host. Cool. Next, we wanted to do PCA and PCC cannot telnet to loopback of A1, so we need to put another remark PCA here, and PCC cannot telnet to loopback. So I copy that, Control V to paste it, and deny TCP from what network? We're going to deny the TCP from network 2001 DB8 ACAD 34 ://64. So the whole network, they going to this host, right? So this host, and as long as they are trying to telnet, which is port 23. Okay. The next one is going to type again remark what we're trying to do. The next bit in loopback of D4 can telnet to loopback. Oh, copy here. Copy. They should be able to telnet to loopback of A1. So permit TCP. TCP. What we are permitting host of 2001 DB8 ACAD D4 D are going to same host, right? Paste it up. Okay, so as you can see there what we did, and then we need to apply this on the interface. So let me just copy it to router. So if I open, we're gonna do it on C3, so Control-Shift-6 X3, and in there I copy all this ACL, Copy. Okay, here we have a problem. Yeah, we needed to type host. Host. You have to type the host, same as IPv4 ACL. So either type host or the network address. We didn't type host in there, or we didn't put the network address. So there we go. Okay, sorry. Let's just copy again. Right click, copy, go to there and paste it. Okay, first, when you do an access list like this, when you're making a mistake, you need to pretty much remove the old one, right? And then paste it again, like copy it again. That's why it is recommended for you to type it in the notepad first, yeah? So now we need to think of what we're going to apply. So we're going to apply it on C3 on the G00 incoming, yeah? So type exit here, exit, and say, okay, IPv6 traffic filter, name of an access list. So this is my access list, and then the direction. So the direction was in. So IPv6, let's try again, traffic filter, traffic. Oh, sorry, this has to go in the interface. So interface G00, IPv6, traffic filter, the name of ACL, and in direction. Cool. Show IPv6 access list. Okay, so sequence 20, that's what it says. Sequence 40, we are permit. So sequence 20, we are denying ICMP from the loopback, but we are permitting from the PCs. Okay. What I like to do first, before we actually permit this, so go to G00 and just remove that ACL, right? And just test it first before I apply it. So remove that ACL. Then I go to D4 and I just want to ping that I can ping the loopback of A1 before I apply it. So Control-Shift-6X, show session. So here, router 4 is number 4, so I'll click 4, enter. And say ping 2001 DB8 ACAD A1 1, and then source loopback 4. Yep, I can ping it. And we already did test it on the PCs. The PCs could ping it as well, so they can ping it. You can try again, but it's fine. The second PC, it's fine. So, cool. Can the PC telnet to it? So telnet to this IP address and paste. Yep, I can telnet. Enable class. Exit. So I could telnet as well, and the loopback could ping it. Okay, so if that worked, once we apply that ACL again to router 3, it should work. Let's see. Okay, so I'll get rid of it. Now I have applied it. So I say show IPv6 access list. Then you can see it in there. Alright, let's try again. Let's try to ping from router 4. So go to 4. Repeat the same command. Nope. We're not able to ping now. So if I repeat the show access list command here, you can see that we have deny this network. We have 5 matches. So now we even have a neighbor relationship adjacency with the neighbor gone down as well. So we lost a neighbor with that router because we're not allowing. So show IP OSPF neighbor. Nothing in show IPv6 OSPF neighbor. We only have the router 2222. Okay. So it's using the G00. Anything that's coming from the D4 is denying. Show IPv6 access list. So now we have 5 matches here. one command I did forgot to do, that's why we implicit deny, yeah, so I forgot to do that. That's why we even denying everything else, yeah. So here you should do permit, for example, what do you want to permit? IP any to any, right? So let me just copy this again and paste him on the router 3, yeah. So config t, paste, and see right away as soon as I did that, I've got neighbor now. Show IPv6 access list. So you can see now because we have permit, so we have our neighbor. Cool. Okay, but that proved that router 4 cannot ping from loopback, right? Administrative unreachable. But can the PC still ping it? Okay, so let's say if we can ping it. Yep, the PCs can ping it. Now, the PCs shouldn't be able to telnet. So before we could telnet. So if I try telnet, it's trying, but I don't think it's gonna go. Okay, so we can try telnet here as well. Telnet. So both of the PCs 2001. Let me just copy this quickly. Mark and paste it. Nope. So if I go through the router 3 again and do show IPv6 access list, you can see the telnet now from 34 are not working. We could ping it, so ping that did work from the PCs, but telnetting is not working from the PCs. Okay, so if we go to our slides. So for example, problem 1, router R1 is configured with an IPv6 ACL to deny FTP access from the 10 network from this network to the 11 network. However, after configuring ACL, PC1 is still able to connect to FTP server running on PC2. So the show IP access list command matches are shown in the permit statement, but not on the deny. So the access control entries in ACL reveal no problem in the order. So we have put more specific at the top and saying, okay, deny anything with a TCP going to this network equal to FTP, and deny TCP any networks going to this network and FTP data. So we deny an FTP 2021, and we are permitting everything else. And you can see that deny is not any matches, so everything is permit. Check for the interface configuration errors. Display the running configuration. So you need to check the name. Does it match the name correctly? The access control list was applied using the correct name, so yes, but not the correct direction. So as you can see, it was out. So if we go back here, so as the packets are coming in, they should be applied in, so not as out, because in the out the order will change. Yeah. So what we have to do is we have to delete that ACL from the interface. We should not apply it. So no IPv6 traffic filter, no FTP to 11 out, and we should replace that out with in. Now when the PC1 attempts to connect to FTP server, it will be denied because it's in correct order. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please have a look at my other videos, and please don't forget to subscribe. This has been Astrid Krasniqi. Bye bye.